Okay, well, I thought I'd bring you up to date on how the day went. So, I went to that first call and didn't really know what I was getting into because all I knew was he just wants a new system. So, maybe as a learning experience, I could have, I don't know, I guess maybe asked more questions, on the phone with him, see what he's trying to do with the project. So I get out there and he tells me he wants to change the mini split, or he wants to change the system and get air going to the house, but later on wants to add in mini splits too. So whatever, I was just like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense at all, but all right. Tells me he wants to go solar eventually. So I ask him, okay, well, first of all, where do you want the mini splits? And if we're taking the condenser out in the backyard, we can use that 240 there and run our copper to the two heads that he wants, and that would be no big deal. But that's not going to fix his overall problem that his kids have no air to their rooms. So he says later on, I want to add mini splits for their side of the house as well. But it's unbearable for him in the summertime as it is right there. So I said, okay, well, you're getting solar someday, right? Why don't we just change out the forced air system that you have, assuming that you have good ductwork to the house and good airflow. Should be no problem if we just change the system out. Let's get you a good system that cools, and that should solve the problem, right? So I go up into the attic, tight ass attic space, which I love tight spaces. But so he's got a 3-ton system for up there in the attic, and we would have to enlarge the return, I'm sure. And so I want to see. So I go around to every bedroom and I make sure I see what kind of airflow we have to all the rooms. And sure enough, all the rooms get pretty good airflow except the 2 kids' bedrooms. So yeah, I go up there. He's got a nest of ductwork, and all of it is vaulted ceilings. So all the ductwork goes to some, I don't know if it stays flex all the way to the cans, or if it goes to rectangular duct from at some point. But it's tight. I mean, there's roof and there's ceiling, and it all vaults up. So we got vaulted ceiling all the way. So I don't know where the restriction's coming from, where the lack of airflow is coming from. He's got a really short supply plenum on there. And the other thing with that house is the ducts, like the vents in the house, like there's 2 in the living room, there's none in the dining room, there's 1 in a lowered ceiling kitchen, but that dining room that's connected to it is wide open and vaulted. The ducts, I keep saying that. The supply registers in the kids' bedrooms are like, you would think that you would put the ducts high up on a ceiling and have them cool the room. No, the registers are all the way down on the slant of the roof towards the wall, facing in, and they're about 7 feet from the ground. 6-7 feet from the ground, where the roof line and the wall meets. And then you got all that vaulted space up there that's not being conditioned or cool at all. It's like the air's just not getting up there. Fucking screwed system. Like, whoever put that duct system in. So, I'll tell you what, guys, and I don't know if, a lot of guys wouldn't do this, but I just folded up my ladder, closed up the attic, and told him that I wasn't I said, sir, I apologize to you, but, I'm a small company. I'm a one-man show. What you see is what you get. Like, sometimes I can get a partner to help me out with jobs, but other times I can't. And so, doing a job up in the attic, and it really looks like your ductwork is in serious problem, has a serious problem with it. I explained those supply registers to him, and I was just like, honestly, I just, like, between me and you, not between me and him, but between me and you, the watchers, I just didn't want to touch his system, because once I touch it, I own it. And I knew that even if I got a brand new system in there, his airflow is still going to be screwed. And it was going to take some serious attention to that, and seriously confined spaces. And as an owner of my company, I could choose to go with that job or not. And so, negative, not going with it. So I turn away some jobs, man, because I could just foresee that house being a big issue with airflow. You go change that AC system out, and what are you going to say? Oh, yeah, I mean, I gave you a perfectly good air conditioning system. Yeah, but you said that it would cool our house appropriately. Well, that's the duct system. And I didn't tell you I would change out the duct system. So, no, that's not me. I can't do that. So I'll let somebody else have it. As far as mini splitting that whole damn house, I know they got the VRF systems and the multi-heads, but I'm not at that level yet. I'm taking the Fujitsu Fast class on May 10th, and the Fujitsu EDTT training, where you strip down the systems, and so you strip them all down and build them back up. And then the fast training is for learning how to install and all that stuff properly through Fujitsu's manufacturer training. So I'm down for that. I'm just not there yet on mini splits. I'm embracing them, and I want to do them, and I'm in fact I'm doing my first one next week, and I've already sold it, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to learn a lot just from having done that first install. Another contractor is going to come out and help me out install that, and just show me. We used to work together at the last company together. So, but yeah, man, just not interested in mini splitting that whole house out. Maybe somebody else is, but with all those vaulted ceilings and yeah, no. So that's why I turned down that job, and it frustrates me because, like I need these leads, and I need to make these leads work for me and make it happen so that I can make money for my company. But then at the same time, you're just making huge headaches for yourself too by taking on those crazy ass jobs. Just say no. I've been getting plenty of jobs coming to me, been out networking and already people are hearing about me and things like that. So this is going to be a great summer, and I don't need to push it. I don't need to take it to that next level of jobs, taking some of those crazy jobs just so that I can get work. So let's see what else. What did I do? Oh, the second job I went out to was a duct inspection, and that turned out to be a crazy ass attic too. This guy's got exposed ductwork. a 10-inch duct that comes out of the attic, comes out of the roof line to exposed duct, to a trunk line. I'm gonna show you a picture of this crazy ass ductwork too. Something's going on over there. I have no idea, but the little 6-inch spout that comes off the side is actually a 4-inch duct to the bathroom, master bathroom. I told this lady, I can get you airflow to the main part of that main trunk that's out there for her sunroom. I said, I can get you airflow there. I can get you airflow. In fact, I recommended new ductwork to her whole house because she's got hard pipe, and she's got one room over here that doesn't quite get enough, but this room does get quite a bit of air, and that side over there. And she's got all hard pipe, and it's all original ductwork. But this sunroom that was added on is an afterthought because we've got this exposed ductwork to a trunk line. You know, we can keep that trunk line. I told her I'm not interested in enlarging that 10-inch duct that comes out and into a trunk line and then branches into a rectangular duct and then pours into your house. I'm not interested in changing all that out. Removing that, cutting a bigger hole in your roof line. It's really going to blow up the cost of your job. But if we can cut the end of that thing off, and I got 10 inches of ductwork coming in and filling that branch up and getting you air to your sunroom, that would satisfy me. I'm not interested in conditioning your master bathroom. It's a small room. It's like 4 foot by 8 foot, and it's just a dinky little bathroom. She's already used to not having air in it. She says, you know what? That makes sense to me. I don't need it anyways. I don't need the airflow in there. Let's do it. So I said, yeah, okay. So we're gonna design some ductwork for her, and get her new ductwork laid out, balance it out to all of her rooms, and get it so that 10-inch duct to the sunroom is not such an afterthought. But crazy access. I mean, just it's a belly crawl every time you got to go in and out of the attic because of where the attic access is, and so I mean, once you're up in there, it's fine because there's not a lick of insulation up there, and the ceiling joists are fully exposed, and everything's pretty easy to get to. It's a pretty shallow roof line, but I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do the ductwork. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to do that job, but I will bid it, and I will bid it pricey as well because honestly, I'm not interested in doing that job. But if she pays me the right amount of money for it, I'll do it. So I told her she's got super low insulation levels in there, and that once we put in the ductwork in the attic, I will lay it across the ceiling joist and keep it low, and then we'll blow in. I said she should blow in R38 insulation on top of that, and so that will keep the ductwork better insulated and put a barrier between the hot attic air and her room down below. So you can feel how just airy and drafty that place is. She's probably at an R4 level or R6 level of insulation in that attic. So we'll get her up to R38. She says she's interested in that. So that's how that went. All right. Well, that's enough for now. We're going to head on over there and see if we can get this call done.